Let's talk about the new Mythical Pokemon event for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So we recently had the official reveal of Zarude, which was really interesting because it didn't exist in the game data. For a Pokemon like Marshadow, Zeraora, Hoopa, Volcanion, pretty much all the mythical events before it, they were pre-existing inside the game. So we will have to wait for a patch for Zarude to become available, and I wonder if it's going to be right as it becomes available, or if it's going to be sometime before, and then hackers are going to get access to it, and then everything kind of becomes a mess, because the game data for Celebi currently exists. Now, you might have noticed this after Pokemon Home became available because certain mythical Pokemon just could be transferred into Pokemon Sword and Shield, as well as some legendaries and stuff like that. I actually wasn't expecting the immediate events to come through, but also makes me wonder if there's going to be some kind of other event. However, now that we have the expansion pass, eventually more Pokemon are going to become available, so are they just going to slide in a Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion event at some point? We still don't really know about that, but let's get back to the details going on here. So what you need to do is get a movie ticket. This is how Japan does things. At least recently, because I think that's how it was for Zeraora. Marshadow was you show up in person, so it's going to be kind of weird, and then we're going to break down the times of when to expect this outside of Japan, so the video is going to keep on going a bit more. In Japan, the tickets for the Pokemon Coco movie will be seen to be sold in stores. It will include a code to get Celebi Shiny and another one for Zarude. So that's actually really crazy. You have to hold on to your ticket from when you pre-purchase it or buy it now, and then the codes will become available at certain times, actually different times, depending on the Pokemon that you're redeeming, and then you use that to just show up to the Pokemon movie. But there we go, so that's what your ticket's going to look like, and then you're going to have the two codes for it, and then the times are going to be 4/17, so April 17th, actually next month, for the Shiny Celebi event. And this makes me wonder, like, I don't think they're going to need a game patch to do this, that this Pokemon can naturally exist inside Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's going to be June 15th. That makes things interesting. And then, like, is this going to be the Isle of Armor expansion pass? Actually, no, it won't be like a pre-download or anything, because the Isle of Armor expansion pass will just be a full-on download, and they won't have to add in a new game version for it beforehand. So I don't think there's going to be any possibility to data mine the Isle of Armor. And then that makes me wonder, is like, is this when the Isle of Armor is planned? Are they going to show up at E3 and be like, by the way, Game Freak's big E3 announcement is the Isle of Armor is available today. So it's going to be like an early-ish June thing. We still don't really have an exact time frame, so it could be late June. E3 just gives us a lot of information, and then we're going to get some kind of patch maybe in May, maybe in June, that just adds in Zarude and maybe a few other things, but that's going to be when these two Pokemon are available. And then we got some little like extra details and stuff, level 60 on the Celebi, and there we go. It's got that. It looks like we don't have any of the move details, and that's what I was kind of like scrolling around through all the other news sites to find out about. The Pokemon Ticket Coco can be purchased online as of April 17th, and will include both a code for the Celebi and Zarude. Codes can be used in any region. And that's a big deal, because that means if you have a friend in Japan and they buy you a ticket, or someone in Japan buys the ticket, they can then share the codes and anyone can redeem it because it's region unlocked. We did not have that happen in the 3DS. But we also saw this with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, that people were getting the Mewtwo codes for the new Mewtwo movie, and those can just kind of be redeemed anywhere. Also, sometimes like just an event from another region could be redeemed with the mystery gift if it was like a universal code in Pokemon, in any version of Pokemon Let's Go. So ticket will be about $13.40 US. But now we wonder when to expect it for America. How's this going to happen? Because I remember the reveal and all the distribution from Marshadow, and that was some pretty weird stuff because we knew it existed. I'm pretty sure Game Freak we knew that it existed, and then we got a trailer in, I believe, March or something from the Pokemon, like from the official Pokemon YouTube channel. So it was officially revealed outside Japan, didn't have any tie into the movie because we really didn't have any movie information about it, and then we just kind of had to wait to see what happened. But for the actual Marshadow event distribution, you could pick it up at the movies. So yeah, via local wireless. So it wasn't like a code thing that they did on the ticket from July 15th to September 30th. It was also distributed during 2 pre-releases on July 2nd. And that was another weird thing. So if you went to the pre-release, you could only get it through local wireless there. and that was it. And then it was more massively available in movie theaters in Japan from July 15th through September 30th for the movie. However, these events came in pairs. So let's also talk about the Ho-Oh that was distributed with it. This Ho-Oh didn't make it outside of Japan from any research I could tell. So yeah, it was promoted in the 20th Pokemon movie, and you could get it through a serial code that was found in the August 2017 issue of Koro Koro, which was sold starting July 15th. So yeah, that's like how the Koro Koro does things. They're like a month ahead, as we've seen with the leaks and stuff. So if you got the Koro Koro, you got the serial code, and that's how you could get this Ho-Oh event. And then July 15th through September 14th, and it kind of like went alongside the Marshadow event. Now we kind of technically got it with the Year of Legendary Pokemon, but it's the Year of Legendary Pokemon, 2018 OT, this ID number distribution. It isn't the specific Mount Tensei Ho-Oh. Now, when it came to Marshadow, now we can... Hello, Blizzard. I'm trying to do the Call of Duty thing, so it just, like, kicked me out for an update. Either way, so yeah, this Marshadow was from October 9th through February 23rd, and it was available at GameStop, and here's the code, and they made it all spooky because I guess October, Halloween, and Ghost-type Pokemon. So now we're starting to get into those date ranges. October 9th for the Marshadow. Well, that's just one of the recent movies. How did it work with Zeraora? So we had the Felicity Zeraora, and then this was October 19th. So that tells us that Zarude is going to be available around October? But that seems a little late. However, it is to go along with the movie. But the game data is going to be available, and it's just going to be something crazy. Like, I think that because of the region unlocking in Pokemon Sword and Shield, it's going to be a lot more common to see the mythical Pokemon just on the Wi-Fi, especially in your raids, because that's how you're getting access to more different people from different regions inside the game. So they will know it exists. So I guess that's fair. Since we did have the official reveal for Zarude the same time as the rest of the world, it makes us wonder, is the event distribution going to be around the same time, or are they still going to hold off on it? Because we did have the Marshadow reveal months before the movie came out, and then a very long time before it became officially available outside Japan, but it's going to be a lot more playable for the Zarude. And I mean, people are still like bringing Zeraora to raids and stuff right now, and then using it on the free battle spot. So this is what we had, and then if we look at the distribution, Zeraora will be distributed in theaters in Japan via local wireless. Was that it? I thought they did something else with the codes, or maybe it was like a different promotion. It was the Lugia that was on, because I remember seeing like the same thing that kind of looked like these tickets here, where it's like, oh yeah, there was some kind of code on the tickets. That was actually for the Lugia. Lugia was distributed players who insert a serial code that was found on the pre-order tickets for the 21st Pokemon movie, April 13th through September 30th. So now the Lugia is looking closer to what we had with the Celebi, and that's what makes things fancy. So we actually had a Lugia event, a Ho-Oh event, and a Celebi event just kind of sneaking their way in. Sinnoh confirmed. Wait, that's not how it works. But yeah, so when it came to the Zeraora, this was actually the thing that got Pimp Knight. That Pimp Knight got confirmed to be a hacker that is scamming his audience by selling hacked Pokemon, because he said, I'm preparing Zeraora codes right now, so get in on the Patreon, give me that money so I can give you a hacked Pokemon that doesn't exist, since the Zeraora was only available through the local wireless, and that was the other codes and the other Pokemon. And then, much like with the Lugia, it's like we technically got it, kind of, but not really, with the Year of Legendary Pokemon, because the Ho-Oh was the year after. Lugia was in the same year, but it was later, and it was also version exclusive. That if you had Pokemon Sun or Pokemon Ultra Sun, that's how you got Lugia. If you had Ultra Moon, then that's how you got the Ho-Oh. And it also depended on like how it went, because sometimes you just got the one code, and other times some like the legendary Pokemon and Year of Mythical Pokemon stuff, those were universally redeemable, so you can get them in both games. It was weird. And I also don't remember if you could use one code in Ultra Moon and then one code in, or like if you could use one code in each, or if it was just one code between both. I don't remember. I didn't participate in the event because GameStop is lame, even though they just hired Reggie Fils-Aimé. That might be good for their stock. We'll keep an eye on that one. But yeah, overall, those are all the details. That's the historic context. It's really going to be how they go with Zarude. Are they going to keep it universal? Are they going to keep everything lined up? I guess we could also look at the Mewtwo events because it's kind of the same thing. So Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and also, yeah, that was also where I saw the codes, much like with the Lugia, that's like the Mewtwo. If you pre-order the ticket, that's how you got the Mewtwo event as well. So they started that with the Nintendo Switch more, but it was still available during the 3DS era. Either way, we had the Pokemon Pass Mewtwo that became available November 4th through November 14th. That was still months after we had the April release for one of the Pokemon distributed for the movie that comes out in July in Japan. So unless they do like some kind of big shift and make it available sooner, expect October, November for Zarude, even though it'll already be around. But there's probably going to be like a massive amount of hacking, and if you obtain one before that event and you don't get it legitimately, then it's obviously going to be hacked, and that's going to make the game a lot less fun. Either way, that's the information. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.